to 6 days later.
As we know, crypto market is a highly volatile market, and yes, it's been constantly manipulated, which is why it's important to have not only the right mindset, but also understanding of what's happening at any given time, especially at times like this or this. Whether you are a day trader or investor, you would be manipulated at some point. To spot a manipulative situation, you need to be a detective and constantly monitor the market, interpret it, and find the best times to make your decisions. In this episode, we will be talking about some of the main types of manipulations on the crypto market, which you and everyone else need to know about and understand in order to avoid them in the future. This is Bunny Money channel, and here we are saving your wallet from unnecessary risks, share ideas about passive income, and teach you basics about finance, trading, and crypto. None of it is financial advice though. There are multiple ways of how crypto market is being manipulated. The first one we will discuss is called pump and dump. Those price spikes followed by collapses all within a short amount of time, which happens so frequently that some people describe as problems with the exchanges themselves, are what pump and dumps are. Sure, sometimes there really is an issue with the exchanges, but in most cases, all of it is caused by the so-called pump and dump schemes. Thanks to these schemes, the majority of people lose their money. Only a small portion of those behind it actually earns. Some a lot, others a very small amount. If you are a day trader, you have probably been invited to Discord groups in which people are saying that they will provide you with a lifetime opportunity to earn money through pump signals. Unfortunately, those groups are scam and you should ignore them. What they do is that they invite you into their community and give nothing but promises. These groups will post news about the pump when people gather to buy a specific financial asset at a specific time, thus creating a demand that drives the price higher. Then they profit from it. Sounds easy. What they are doing is that they send a notification about when the pump will start, but they don't tell you for what financial asset this pump would be. They announce it only when the time of the pump comes, and before that, they bought the financial asset themselves. This is how they scam you. As we can see, this pump and dump worked very well, as they said they can raise the price of a coin by hundreds of %. Unfortunately, the only people who lose money are those who participated in it. The pump starts on September 6, 2021, 1 o'clock. However, as we can see, the pump is really short. And if we see a history chart, we would find out that there has been plenty of those who have been buying this coin consistently in small amounts. Essentially, the creators of this pump already bought the coins earlier and then waited for you guys to buy this coin, thus creating an opportunity for them to sell their coins to you. People behind pump and dump schemes usually buy a particular crypto step by step, accumulating their stake. Then they push their scam posts about the pump while they actually have already been in this game for some time. And when the time comes, they only wait for a few seconds before selling their coins. That is why the so-called pump is very short from their perspective. Their risks are also low and they get a profit. That 20% promised profit will only be obtained by them. If you are one of those who listens and participates, it will be a hard time for you. You will almost never earn profit. Why? Well, they will tell you that you won't quick enough, which is a lie. Also, try to find anyone behind such a scheme on social media. It's impossible. Why? Because administrators of those groups are simply masked scammers. and I would understand if it's your friend who is a professional financial advisor who shares with you such a suggestion. But if it's a random dude on the internet, why would you believe them? There are a few aspects that are essential to pump and dump schemes. First is that the organizers organize themselves and start buying a specific crypto days before or right before the pump starts. Second, they organize outside participants who are willing to buy the coin. Third, there is now enough liquidity for the initial participants to sell their coins. This slows down the increase in price and reverses the pump. Usually it makes the price bounce back to its initial level. There are also situations when the price will stop either in middle or around 70% of the increase, which indicates that there are still people hoping for the price to increase. The next common manipulation is called spoofing. Spoofers are people who remain anonymous, yet everybody knows what they do. Spoofing is a common and effective method of manipulation used to trigger new traders and investors or spook them into making a specific trading decision. Orderbook spoofing, or as it's called, faking open orders, is basically when a big player with a substantial capital places a large number of orders with no intention to ever execute them. This way they create an illusion of a large demand or supply on the market. When people do this, they trigger others into either buying or selling their assets at a specific price. Those open orders get cancelled once the price starts moving in the desired direction or gets too close to the open order. It is very common to see spoofers appearing every day for multiple pairs of financial instruments. Of course, there are just as many of those who fall for that. How not to get tricked? The best way would be to check big orders and whether they have been executed or not. You can also use a third-party order book analytics tool like this one. When I personally see a big number of open orders on the market, I try to check first whether they are genuine or not by finding out how long they have existed, whether or not they were cancelled, and if not, whether a part of them was executed already. If you spot a spoofer, don't try to play with them, as the chances you will lose are high. So, is spoofing legal or not? Cryptomarket considers spoofing and wash trading illegal. Crypto trading, however, isn't regulated yet by organizations like SEC. Talking about the wash trading, it's a way of creating an illusion of an active market for a specific asset or a trading pair. Basically, when exchange or traders sell and buy the same financial instrument to create artificial volume and mislead people on the market. This artificial volume gives the impression that the instrument is more in demand than it is. I see those traders whose decision is based solely on trading volume, which I personally never use. Trading volume is a tricky measurement, and you need to check a lot of data to prove whether the number stated as the trading volume is genuine or not. And those who manipulate this data have an advantage, since there will be people who will make their decision based on the changes in numbers. In short, trading crypto is like participating in a marathon that isn't regulated at all. Who will win? It might be a newbie or a professional, someone who uses steroids and cheats, or those who play fair. This might sound discouraging for someone wishing to trade, but remember that after enough experience and with enough knowledge, market manipulations will be easier to spot. There are other types of manipulations such as FUD, stop hunting, etc., which will be discussed in other episodes. The main reason we are discussing and explaining manipulations is not to scare you and make you quit, but to explain what's happening on the market and how to be cautious before putting your money into something. Decentralized technology gives us transparency, but at the same time, it brings uncertainty. However, keep in mind that price manipulations exist on both regulated and unregulated exchanges. I believe with time there would be less and less space for such market manipulations. But for now, you need to remember that they exist, and in order to be a successful trader, you need to learn how to spot and avoid them. This is your Bunny Money channel. I'm Vlad. See you in the next episode.